A joke made the rounds during the Cold War that went something like this. An American businessman was invited to Moscow to check out investment opportunities. Along the ride from the airport to the hotel, he saw one run-down factory after another, with broken windows, downed power lines, and guys outside the shipping docks drinking vodka. When he got to the hotel, he checked in and tried to go to his fifth-floor room, but the elevator had a sign that said, "Out of order." When he finally made it to his room, the TV had a smaller sign that said, "Out of order," and even the telephone had a tiny sign that said, "Out of order." He finally gave up and went to bed. The next morning, an official from the Ministry of Industry picked him up in the lobby and said he was taking the American to the finest, most up-to-date, most efficient factory in all of Russia. The man finally perked up, especially given everything he'd seen so far. "And what does this factory make?" he asked. "Out of order signs," the official said. That was a generation ago. The situation really hasn't changed very much in post-communist Russia either. Russia makes very little the world wants, except caviar and weapons. When was the last time you heard of someone buying a Russian-made cell phone, a Russian-made refrigerator, or a Russian-made video game console? Indeed, Russia is a great power driving on fumes of a largely imaginary past, and on its leader's ability to play a poor hand well. Why does Russia matter? Not because it's a great power competitor, it isn't, but because it's a great power irritant, troublemaker, and to a certain extent, threat. For a small investment of power and a willingness to kill thousands and thousands of innocents, Russia has made a play of influence in places like Syria, Libya, and of course, Crimea. And with a small army of online terrorists, Russia has done its best to undermine America's democracy. And through it all, it retains a menacing arsenal of nuclear weapons. We don't need a confrontation with Russia, given the real and growing challenge globally we face from China. But Russia needs a real confrontation with us, even less. When Joe Biden meets Vladimir Putin, he will be able to restore balance to this relationship after the unusually fawning Trump years, putting this relationship on an even keel with candor, directness, and a clear assertion of American interests and strategic priorities is an important step in the right direction.